Hey everyone, it's JIV Lee, aka Nail for TD, and I'm back with another tutorial. This time we're going to be doing a recreation remix. So there is this inspo picture that my client came in with. The original picture was blue on blue, but we decided to do pink on pink because I told her, yeah, the blue is cute. You know, the blue is very cute, but I think we should do a different color just because I've been seeing the blue on blue on Instagram a lot. So yeah, I convinced her to do a different color. I love when I'm able to convince a client to do like a different color or a more fun design or something like that. But I absolutely loved doing this set. It's basic French tips with a little bit of a twist, and the design was really easy to recreate. It was really fun doing it, and I hope you guys love this tutorial. So we're starting this set with pushing back her cuticles with a cuticle pusher, and then using the cuticle nipper to cut the dead skin, and then we're going in with these pink sanding bands that I got from eBay. I believe they are 150 grit or 100 to 150. I can't remember exactly, but I got them off of eBay. And one of my subscribers, she asked me to like slow down the video so she can actually watch, like, you know, the application process, the shaping process a lot better. And this video, it's actually pretty simple, but I decided to speed it up only just the littlest bit so it's not like 4 hours long, you know what I mean? So yeah, I slowed it down so then you got, and zoomed in a little bit more so then you guys are actually able to see how I apply my acrylic, how I file my nails, how I shape them, how I file the tips as well, because that's important, and how I use my e-file to give the shape and the look that I want. Y'all, please do not be afraid to give me any like tips or whatever on, or just feedback on the videos, whatever you guys want to see. Let me know, because I'm creating these videos for you, you know what I mean? So just let me know. So I just applied the Coffin C Curve Nail tips. These, when I use my taper square nail tips, they do not have a C curve, but the Coffin tips do have a C curve because I just love that really C look with these. And it's also pretty easy. I don't know, usually I don't like C curve because it's not as easy for me to apply acrylic on there. I don't know why. It's just not that easy. But for these, I really like these for Coffin. And I started using 80/80 grit files that I got off of Shein. And when I say this changed my life, like my shape is so sharp, it's so precise, it's so clean, like, oh my gosh, like the shaping you get on this with this file, the 80/80 grit, is the best. I stopped using the 100, 180 grit files because it just wasn't like strong enough, you know. But I will say you do have to be very gentle with these files. It really looks like I'm filing the hell out this woman's nails, but I promise you I'm not. She didn't feel any pain. She wasn't hurt at all. If you guys see my fingers in the way, that's because I'm using my finger to block or to protect her skin. You know, I'm pulling the skin back from the sides and using my finger to be like a buffer to that, because I'd rather me get cut or like my nails get damaged or whatever than the client get cut up and stuff. So yeah, I would say be a lot more careful with the 80/80 grit because it is a rougher grit. So it's definitely gonna cause a lot more friction. But I highly recommend these. Like, these are so good. And the file itself is a lot stiffer and a lot more sturdy than the 100, 180 grit files. So I really love these. And also for my coffin nails, I've been trying to make sure that the tip is extremely tapered, you know, given more what I consider ballerina, because I've been looking back at some of my coffin nails. I'm like, they do look just like tapered square. They're a little bit more tapered than my regular tapered square. So as you can see, I really put the sides or the end in with this coffin set. Now I'm going into application. As you can see, it's slowed down a lot. So I'm using Mia Secret Dehydrator and Primer. I went in twice with the dehydrator, and I go in once with the primer. And then before I start the application on each nail, I go in with another layer of Young Nails Protein Bond. So then the protein bond is able to dry with the acrylic as I apply it onto the nail. So then it's secured. It lessens the likeliness of lifting, and then makes the nails last longer. And yeah, for me it works. So before I even start application, I wet up my brush and then slide it down the tip just to make sure that the acrylic will slide down the tip and, you know, not get stuck before it reaches the end of the nail. So I use one big bead to get from the area where the nail meets the tip and then bring that bead all the way down. I continue to brush the sides and brush all the way down, making sure my brush is clean, and then the sides are also clear of any acrylic, as well as the tip. I use the flat end of my brush to cut off the acrylic at the end, and then I use another medium-sized bead to be my cuticle and apex bead. I like to put a little bit of acetone in my monomer because it's colder in Maryland still, even though it's April, child. And when the monomer is cold, it makes the acrylic a lot more runny. And when it's hot, the acrylic cures faster. So I like to use a little bit of acetone. So then, like, literally just a few drops of acetone, because too much will make the acrylic cure really, really fast. And then you won't be able to work with it as easily. So I put a little bit of acetone in my monomer, so then I'm able to, you know, make sure that the acrylic is less runny, and I get better, like, I can work with the acrylic a lot better. Yeah. So y'all, as I'm doing this acrylic application, I also wanted to give y'all a life update. I don't know. I love giving y'all the tea on my life. Even though nobody asked, literally nobody has ever asked, but I be giving y'all the tea because I like sharing myself with others. So what even is going on? Oh, I went to the gym for the first time today in 3 weeks, which is shocking because I have been going to the gym like every week since October. And I think I'm finally to a point where I'm like, yeah, like I finally admit to myself that I'm trying to lose weight. I don't know, like growing up as a big girl, like I always wanted to lose weight, but then during college, I really started to love myself, love my body, and I'm just like, you know what, I don't need to lose weight in order to be beautiful, because that's what I always thought, like, oh, the skinny girls get chose, and I'm not, you know, getting no play or whatever, or not even no play, but you know what I'm saying, boys don't like me because I'm bigger or whatever. And not even just that, I don't feel comfortable in my body because I'm bigger, and like all you see on TV is skinny, skinny, skinny. You know, you never really see big, big, big. Even with That's So Raven, she was not that big. She was maybe like a size 10 versus like a size 4. And a 10 is not big at all. Like, but yeah, so I've always wanted to lose weight, and then I started to feel more comfortable in my body, and I was just like, you know what, I don't need to lose weight in order to be beautiful, in order to be desirable to myself and to others, you know. So I was just like, you know what, I'm anti losing weight because fat girls are pretty, fat girls are beautiful, you know. And I kind of like was seeing other big girls lose weight like on social media, and then they would talk about how, you know, just how terrible it was being fat and da-da-da. So I was just kind of like doing it as making a point or whatever, I don't know. But now I'm getting more comfortable saying like, yes, I am trying to lose weight, you know. So I've been going to the gym consistently since October, except for the past 3 weeks because I was working on my commercial, as y'all know, and my anxiety was like high. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to get out of bed, you know, so I was just sleeping a lot. But yeah, whatever. So now that the commercial's done, I'm like, you know what, let me get back into my routine, because I really love going to the gym. You know, like, as I'm doing this weight loss journey, I'm realizing that going to the gym isn't my issue. I love going to the gym. Like, I would go every day if I could. Well, I would go like 4 times a week, let me say, you know, if I could. But the thing that's stopping me from seeing the substantial changes, I feel, are my eating habits. You know, like, I'm not eating trash or like fast food all the time, but like, I've been seeing a lot of these you know, fitness influencers and what do they call them? Physical fitness coaches or whatever, trainers, physical trainers. Yeah, like, in order to lose weight, you have to stay in a calorie deficit. Like, you have to take in less calories than you usually do. You know, so for me, this has been a little bit hard because, one, I love to eat. I love eating more than anything in this world. Yeah, eating and doing nails are like my favorite things to do. Literally. So I love eating, and I'm never trying to deprive myself of a good ass meal, because like, if I'm gonna die today or tomorrow, at least let it be with a full belly and a good meal. You know what I mean? But yeah, now that I'm trying to lose weight, I'm just like, yeah, like, I have to, you know, make some changes, unfortunately. I hate that for myself, but, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do in order to get what I want, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm on a weight loss journey officially now, so yeah, I'm excited to see the results that I want to see, because I know I'm able to change my body, and I want to be like, I want to see the results that I want to see. Yeah. Y'all, look at this application. Like, wow, this looks so good. Sometimes I shock myself. So now I'm using my e-file, my Melody Susie, I think it's called a Scamander e-file, to like debulk the nail and file underneath the tip of the nail. So how I use my e-file, I go down like the middle and the sides of the nail. I go from like apex down to the tip, and then I file my cuticle area, seal my my cuticles, and then I go underneath the nail to thin out the tip, because that's personally just how I like to do it with my nails. And I make sure to go, you know, use the barrel, the body of the drill bit to go down the nail. Yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of like sideways with the drill bit, going down, making sure there's no boating, go around the cuticle really gently, and then I try to debulk the apex a little bit, because sometimes it can be a little bit too thick. So try to debulk the apex, make sure everything is smooth, and then just go over the nail a couple more times just to make sure everything is smooth. And then finally I do underneath the nail. I go underneath the nail, and you guys can't really see when I go underneath the nail that well because I am holding my client's hand steady, so then there's not extra uncomfortable vibrations that she's feeling while you see what I'm saying? I hold her hand steady, so then there's not like crazy vibrations going through her hand, which can be uncomfortable for your client. So yeah, on to other news. You know what? I realized with my dating life, I really do stay with like a boyfriend or like a man or someone I'm talking to. So the newest man in my rotation but the newest man in my roster is this Senegalese guy that I met on Instagram, and I don't know if I mentioned him before, but yeah, he's Senegalese and actually in Senegal, and of course I'm in Maryland, USA. So yeah, I was not really taking it seriously because I was just like, we are probably never going to see each other in person, so like I'm not about to even take this seriously. But it seems like he's really determined to come and see me, and I'm excited about that because like we have long ass conversations. Like we literally be on the phone for like 3-4 hours at a time, and we're not talking about the same shit. It's not boring. There's like, we do have some silent times, of course. You know, you're talking for 3-4 hours, like you're gonna have some silent times, but like it's not super awkward. Like it's comfortable even in the silence, you know. And it's not, we're not just talking about sex the entire time, because that's a red flag for me now. Like if we only talk about sex, or the majority of our conversations revolve around sex, like it's just like, okay, you just want to have sex with me. You're not trying to actually get to know me, get to learn, you know, my past and my present and like my dreams of the future. Like you're not really trying to learn about who I am as a person. You're just trying to get in the panties, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I like the guy. I do like the guy. Like it's interesting. You know, and what I tried to do with this like go around of like dating, I am now starting the guys that I date, I'm starting them off at a 0. I saw a TikTok that basically said that like when women date, they start off at 100 with their men, and then like men and their disappointments bring them down to a 0, versus like when men date, women start at a 0 for them. That's why they're not even men aren't trying to spend that much on the first date, because you're at a 0 for me, you know what I mean? Like, or maybe at like a 5, 10, 15 because you're attractive and you got a fat ass or you got big titties or something, you know, that made them even want to talk to you, want to pursue you. But like, that's, you know what I'm saying, you're very low on the scale for them, and then you build your way up to 100. So that's what I'm gonna take a page out of the book of men, you know what I mean? Which is so shocking, because usually I'm like, men are always wrong with whatever they do, but I feel like that's actually a good way of dating, because you're not setting your expectations too high. You're allowing people to earn that spot in your life, you know? So I actually think that's a smart way to date. So for me, my Senegalese man, he has started off as a 0 because he's in another country, and also like, I'm just, you know, I kind of just started talking to him because I was just bored, and I was just like, all right, let's see what BS this man has. But it's honestly very little. It's very little to none, for real. Like I've been saying, I want someone who is intentional, and he's intentional with why he's dating me. You know, I've been saying I want like a dude who is smart, and he is smart. You know, emotionally intelligent. like, you know, it's just like a lot of things that he checks off of my list. And yeah, like I feel like he's at a solid 85 now, because we've literally been talking like every day for, I would say, like a month or two. Yeah, for like a solid month or two. So like, yeah, he's getting up there. He's getting close to 100. And you know what I love? Because sometimes, you know, these African men hit your DMs. It's a scam. Not even trying to like stereotype or anything, but from my experience, a lot of times when men abroad hit my DMs, it's a scam. Not even necessarily just African. Or they're trying to scam money or whatever. So, like, what I like is that he said that he wants to visit me. You know what I'm saying? He wants to come over here. He's not asking for like marriage. He's not, you know what I'm saying? Like no green card, not trying to get no green card, not trying to get no money out of me. Like he's trying to take care of me. And I'm just like, wow, like you could hardly get a dude who is like who lives 5 minutes away from me to do that. And like this guy is on the other side of the world and trying to provide for me and stuff like that. So that's, I don't know, it's cute. It's cute, y'all. So as you guys have been seeing with how I'm filing my nail, I go underneath the nail, you know, on the sides, and then I use the 80/80 grit to like buff the surface of the nail, just make sure everything is just very smooth. And then I actually use a buffer to smooth out the scratches that the 80/80 grit file, you know, puts on the nail. And then I file the free edge of my thumb first, and then buff the other 4 nails, and then ask my client to turn her hand over, and then I file the free edge of the other 4 nails. And I like when my client has her hand turned over, because it allows me to make sure that the nails are all straight, they all are even, they're all the same length and everything. And yeah, it just helps me see from a different view to make sure that the nails are actually perfect. And look at that shape, y'all. Oh my gosh, he looks too clean. I also wanted to add in that after I buff, shape, and file, I use this body scrub that I handmade. It's double fudge brownie body scrub. I can make a tutorial on how to make that. And I use this facial steamer that I got off of Amazon. And I do a hot towel treatment. So I do a steamed hand scrub and hot towel treatment. My clients love this. And I do it complimentary to the service. I like to add, you know, like a luxury feel in for my clients. So now I'm doing the French tips. I mixed Beetles like light pink gel polish and white to get an even lighter like ballerina pink. And I'll just let you guys watch to see how I did my French tips. to add a little bit of extra funk to these French tips, I used Macart rhinestone glue, and I squirted a lot on, you know, this little plastic thing that I use sometimes for my paint. And then I also mixed a darker pink in with the rhinestone glue because I wanted the gel to be thick. I'm using the light pink that I used on the nails, and I'm using D&D gel Barbie pink, just a little bit of that to get like a darker, like hot pink type of vibe. And yeah, like this is really easy to make. Just use the gel glue, some gel polishes, and just mix it into whatever color you desire. And then and the lines that I add to the nail with this mixture are 3D lines. So it's a way for you to get those colored 3D lines without having to paint over them, you know, paint over each line you make. And I'm gonna show you guys. I zoomed in a little bit more so you guys can kind of see how I did this design. You see how like it's thicker, it's, you know, very much like a nice pink. And then I got this quick cure like UV flashlight off of eBay. You can also find it on Amazon, and I quickly cured that for a few seconds just to make sure that the swirls don't move anywhere. Because they are thick, they do tend to be heavy and they will slip and slide all over that nail, so you gotta make sure you use that so the design doesn't move. And also make sure to put your hand, because I'm doing this over top of the 3D gel concoction I just made, so make sure to like put your hand underneath the nail so it doesn't cure the rhinestone gel, so it doesn't cure that. Once again, y'all, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you guys liked it as much as I loved creating it for you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.